Hey, what's going on? It's Joey Myers from the Hitting Performance Lab. What's up, Mr. Quinn and Bob? Hey, you guys will get a kick out of this. So I uploaded Quin's videos here to PowerChalk, which Bob, I'd suggest you maybe invest in. It's $100 a year, and you can upload virtually as many videos as you want. You want to try and keep them cut short instead of having like these. I think this one was 3 minutes, another one was a minute. Try and cut it to where you just photo maybe 3 to 5 swings and then upload it in. Usually my video clips aren't more than 45 seconds and I upload them in. So I mean I could upload a lot of videos into this program, but it's called powerchalk.com. POWERCHALK.com. Pretty good little tool. So let's take a look at Quin's swing from the tee. I have his tee and his live swing loaded up. And Quin, man, you big boy, you got some good tools coming, just raw material that we can work with here. And so let's take a look here. And obviously, Pops, you got a good mentor over there in Canada land, where we're working a lot of forward momentum. And I love this. I wish all my kids could do this or wanted to do this. When we do the Babe Ruth drill, we start to stretch them out to where they're getting off that back leg where there's no way they can push from it. And just a nice natural fall is what Quin's doing. Looks very, very natural, using gravity. And then when his foot touches down, then we allow gravitational reaction forces, the opposite, to take effect. So let's take a look. I know, Bob, you were kind of talking about Quin's head in one of the drill videos, whether it moves or not. And generally, as a rule, once that front heel touches down, that head should stop moving. So we like to draw a circle around the head, and it should just stay right in that circle, which it does pretty good. Comes out just a little bit. I know the camera's kind of shaking all around with your buddy holding it. If you can, next time try and do a tripod. That would help a lot. So maybe his head doesn't really move that much. Maybe it's just your buddy's hand is moving around. But you can see just a little head movement coming forward. But as for forward momentum, check. He's got that. Looks pretty good from the tee. Getting a slight uppercut, which is okay. The only problem that I see, the only challenge, is it looks like he might be cutting the swing off just a little bit, and I'll tell you why. Well, one, and arm barring a little bit. So you can see right here, he's taking this front arm, and this is, and it's straightening out, which will slow his bat speed down. It's amazing on how hard he's hitting these balls, and I know he's swinging like a 32-ounce bat to a 34-ounce bat, wood bat. But he is arm barring a little bit. And at the end, if I erase this mark, and at the end he rolls over a little too soon right there. So that thumb starts to pop over and roll over there. What I'd like to see him do is throw that barrel, act like he's trying to throw that barrel as far and as high as he can. And what that should help him do is follow through, have a little better follow through with that barrel on plane better. I know this is a tee, but just to practice it so that when we get live, he gets a little better with that. But slight arm barring. And now what I can see that might help him with the arm bar, is that I'm seeing with some of my guys, is this. Let's see if we can get him to angle those shoulders down a little bit more. Let's see here. So he's got a slight downward angle, but for the most part it doesn't change much from his regular stance. I'd like to see him almost take this front shoulder and aim it like a gun down towards this ball here, or the object we're trying to hit. So at first get that side bending action, which will help us into our axial rotation, and see if that actually helps the arm bar, because it looks like Quin's using a little bit too much upper body to get things going, where if he can use that spine engine a little bit, get a little spinal flexion in the beginning initially, then it's going to make his conversion into axial rotation a lot easier. But other than that, it looks pretty good. If we watch the live, hey, I like to comment about Tom Cruise, Bob, that you're Tom Cruise out there. That's awesome. I would have said Brad Pitt, but you said Tom Cruise. And anyway, so if we watch Quin from live perspective, Still gets that good forward momentum. I think this ball was kind of on him a little bit, because some of the other ones he was out in front, he was traveling better, getting a little bit better forward momentum. But he's definitely not getting as much on this particular pitch as he was off the tee and some of the other live pitches. But he did hit this deeper, which I do like. But as you can see, it's the same straight arm barring pattern that we see. It's like the ice skater with the arm straight out. Back arm looks great. He's got a nice little bend with that back arm, and he's nice and connected with that back elbow. But that front arm, I think, even though he's crushing the ball, I think it'll help with his consistency a little bit in crushing the ball. I know you're talking about he's getting a few where he's hitting them monster jobs, 300 to 400 feet, is what you're saying. But to get him more consistent, I think we need to just get him feeling like he's going to throw that barrel as far as he can, and see if we can get a little bit. So you can see in this live that he's almost tilted the opposite way. He's level shouldered, but it's almost like, tell me if I'm wrong, but it looks like he's looking up at the ball. You aren't throwing lollipops to him, I hope. but still, anyway, it looks like his shoulders are actually tilted back the opposite way. And then he kind of levels off a little bit, but then he doesn't have much of that spinal flexion working for him, and I think that'll really help him when it comes to that arm barring. Okay, does that make sense? But good with the forward momentum, really good. I just think that spinal side bending will help a lot with him. Yeah, he monstered that ball too. But like I said, every little bit helps. Everybody can get better. My swing can even get better. Yeah, what a great impact position there. I mean, if we just took a clip of that, that looks really good, really strong position. But just a little bit of getting there slows us down just a tad with that nice straight arm here. And especially on low pitches, that's going to happen again. So when he gets on the big field, he's going to have a harder time trying to put that ball out. But if we can get him with a little bit more of a spinal angle forward, so his right shoulder is going to point down like a gun sight at the ball coming in, and then make sure you're still working with him on him showing you his numbers and his letters. I heard you say that. So if you're not showing the letters, your numbers and your last name to the pitcher, you're not going to hit it very far. But other than that, looks good, Mr. Bob, doing some good work. Quinn, keep up the hard work, my brother. We'll see you next time.